Good morning, everybody. This morning we are going to focus on three topics. The first one will be an update on what's happening on the US dollar, which is back close to an important resistance zone. Then we are going to make an update on what's happening on the Brent, and we will end with an update on equity markets, which remain incredibly bullish. First topic, so dollar index. As you can see, the dollar index is getting close to an important resistance zone, which is located around this Fibonacci resistance at 98. So we are now close to this resistance zone. As a reminder, we saw a very significant V-shaped reversal a bit earlier, so a few weeks ago after the FOMC meeting. So before the FOMC meeting, we saw a pullback of the dollar index, then a significant revival from a key technical support, which was the rising 200-day moving average, and also the lower part of a rising triangle. So the big picture of the US dollar for me remains globally strong. And the main question right now is, are we going to break above this resistance zone around 98 or not? In the short term, I would say the short-term outlook is not very clear. I'm not sure the US dollar will be strong enough to break above this resistance, but in the medium term, I would say that there is now a high probability of extending the rise beyond this level. And the next potential target would be the next Fibonacci resistance around 100. So midterm outlook still bullish on the euro dollar. Possible setback in the coming weeks, I would say, but beware of an upside breakout now in the medium term. If we look also at the euro dollar, as you can see here, the euro dollar remains globally weak. The technical bonds we saw just after the FOMC meeting, with the rate breaking above 114, was really short-lived, and since last week we saw renewed weakness on the euro dollar, and the euro dollar is even back close to a critical support zone. You can see that also Fibonacci level around 112, and seems ready as well to break down. Maybe it's going to bounce back in the short term, but longer term the downtrend prevails, with risk of extending the slide possibly below 110. So the next target, according to point and figure charts, remain 109.50, and the next Fibonacci support is slightly below 109. So a medium term, the medium term outlook remains quite negative. Now, if we look at Brent, Brent is also close to an important resistance zone. You can see that very easily on this chart. You have this pivotal zone around 70 US dollar that we challenged numerous times over the last 2 years. And also this declining 200-day moving average. So critical juncture on Brent after the recent rally. So my message would be a bit more cautious than before, with possibly a resistance zone ahead, a strong resistance zone ahead around 70, and maybe start of a pullback, which is not really clear right now, because as you can see, the trend is still rather strong on the oil prices. But yeah, around 70 for me is a significant resistance zone, and I would reduce a long exposure at least. If we now turn to equity markets, so as I told you, amazingly strong market. So this is exactly the reverse than what we saw at the end of last year. So the market, European markets keep climbing without any volatility. I mean, the only meaningful pullback we have seen in 3 months is the one we made 2 weeks ago. But even this one was not very significant. During this pullback, the Stoxx 600 index even stayed above its 50 and 200-day moving averages, and has now retraced more than 76% of this decline, which means that the next big resistance level is here, which is around 400. So still no sign of a short-term trend reversal. Persistently overbought condition, but the market is still going higher. So we are not seeing any sign of reversal at this stage, and an unbelievable rally, even stronger, as you can see, than the one we saw the last 4 years. So yeah, overbought, but still strong. If we now look at the Euro Stoxx 50, as you can see here, the Euro Stoxx 50 broke above an important resistance zone this week, so once again a strong market. It was even strong enough to break above 3,400. You can see this Fibonacci, and the next Fibonacci is higher at 3,520. As you can see as well, so the recent pullback was short-lived, and we saw a very strong technical bounce from the rising falling 200 moving average, and the rate even stayed above its rising 50-day moving average. The last point I would mention is this golden cross, so this bullish crossover between the two moving averages, which invalidates the bearish crossover we saw a year ago. You can see that easily. Just a warning, the same warning that I gave when we had this negative crossover. This is not a good timing indicator, so usually the break happens after the fall or after the decline, and the risk reward is not good to go with a break of these moving averages because it's too late, but it's an indication that the medium-term outlook is turning. So obviously this bearish warning we had a year ago is now invalidated, and it shows that we cannot really expect a bear market anytime soon anymore, given the strong rise we saw over the last 4 months. We will end with a chart of the S&P 500. So as you can see as well, persistent strength on the S&P 500, still no sign of a clear top. So the US market is still going higher. Unlike European equities, more volatility. We saw two significant setbacks in this bull market. So a first one in early March, then the second one in late March. As you can see, these setbacks never really invalidated the bull trend. And the 2800 area, which was for me the critical support over the last 2 weeks, was successfully tested. So we still have a very strong market. The short-term trend is still up. The only potentially, I wouldn't say bearish, but topish element is the formation of this rising wedge pattern. So you can see that. Right now we are challenging the upper part of the pattern, and it will be quite interesting to see if we get a reversal from this resistance zone. So the resistance zone is between 2880, 2900. So it will be a critical resistance zone to monitor in the near term, so which is next week. To validate the pattern, it will be quite important to break below 2850, which has not been done yet, obviously. So from a trend following point of view, if you are long on the market, for me until now the stop loss to close long position was around 2800. Now I would raise the stop to 2850. And alternatively, if you feel bearish or if you would like to sell this market, I would wait a break below 2850 to validate the trend reversal. So if you really want to sell this market and anticipate a top, my recommendation would be to be very careful, to still be very careful, and put a tight stop around 2900 to avoid losing too much, just in case we hit the rally continues and the S&P goes back to new highs, so which means around 2940 or even higher. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great trading day.